Hey there, planners. Today I'm going to be sharing with you what some of my very favorite go-to must-have supplies for bullet journaling are. So go grab your planners and let's get planning. All right, it's my favorite thing. It's a stack of planner supplies. I absolutely love this. If you're anything like me, you could totally get lost in Staples or Marshalls or Hobby Lobby or any place where there are fun supplies for art and journaling. And I'm surrounded by some of my absolute favorite go-to supplies for bullet journaling. And I wanted to share those with you today because I have recently been sharing a lot of bullet journaling content, and I wanted to talk about what are some of the basic go-to supplies that you might want to consider if you're thinking about starting a bullet journal. Before I dive right into all these goodies, I do want to say welcome to those of you who are new to Planning Annie. I am so glad you're here. We here on this channel are a community of planner enthusiasts. We love being productive. We love getting things done. We love prioritizing all the important areas of our life so that we can focus on what's important. We also love stationery and journaling supplies and the creative outlets of journaling and planning and playing with all the supplies. So if that sounds like something you would enjoy also, we do hope you'll consider subscribing and becoming a permanent part of our community. For those of you returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. Make sure you all hop down in the comments below. Leave your ideas there. I want to hear all about what your go-to supplies are and what your favorite supplies are too. Let's keep the conversation going down below after the video. Okay, I'm going to scoot everything out. I'll go through this by category, and I will have everything listed down in the description box below that I talk about. But I thought it might be good for me to just share what are the supplies that I keep handy at a hand's reach when I am, as I currently am, in my bullet journaling era. So let me slide this out, and we will start with notebooks, probably the most important supply you can have when it comes to bullet journaling. Okay, I've got a stack of notebooks here. These are notebooks that I am currently using and notebooks that I have used in the past, and they are my favorites. They're the ones that I keep coming back to over and over again. So this is the notebook that I am currently using. I have just been so impressed with this. This brand is actually called Vivid Scribbles. This is a new brand to me as of the time that I purchased it on Amazon. I had never heard of this brand before, and it is actually this notebook that got me back into my bullet journaling era. First of all, look how gorgeous this cover is, and this notebook comes in about 10 different designs like this, 10 different cover options. This was one, when I saw this, everything about this just screamed spring to me. It has 200 dot grid pages. They're 160 GSM, so you can watercolor, you can paint, you can use all kinds of markers. It has held up so well. It's doing really great, and I am loving this. That's a lot of pages. 200 pages is a lot of pages in a bullet journal, especially at 160 GSM. That's kind of hard to find. So this is a fantastic option, and highly recommend this one because I'm loving it. I also have some that I've used in the past. Now, these two are Stalogies. Stalogy notebooks are very different than this notebook that I just shared. So this is 160 GSM paper. This is extremely thick paper. You can use all kinds of tools and supplies on there and don't have to worry about bleed through. Stalogy paper is actually very thin. It's a lot more like the Tomoe River paper of Hobonichi products, but it is not Tomoe River paper. It has a special coating on it to make it absorbent of ink without going through the paper, so it does hold up really well to like fountain pen, different gel inks, things like that. But you are going to always have ghosting, and I'll see if I can find an example in this notebook. So let's see. Here's an example where you can clearly see where I drew a calendar on this page. So it's coming through this page and this page. So you are going to have a good bit of ghosting. For some people, that's a deal breaker. You cannot handle the ghosting. I actually don't mind that at all because the paper is so fun. And it also leaves wonderful ridging. Like when you write on one side, you get this great ridging. The paper's all crinkly. There's some things to really love about this paper. So this is in a B6 size. This is in an A6 size, so cute little pocket version. And then also there's A5, and then there's also B5, which is this size, the bigger size. So you can get Stalogies in a ton of different sizes. This is a 360-page notebook, so you've got tons of pages. This is one that I used back in 2021. You can see, you can tip things in, you can tape things in, you can, paste in different pages, stickers, all kinds of stuff. You can see how much fun I had with this. And if one of the reasons that you shy away from bullet journaling is because of all of the artwork, like the drawing and the painting and all of that, if that's just not your thing, then a Stalogy may be the answer for you, because you can see it doesn't take any personal artistic drawing ability in order to put some stickers down or tape some paper in. If you just kind of shy away from bullet journaling because of all the artwork that's required, Stalogies, because of their thin paper, allow you to do a lot with that. I have a ton of videos using Stalogies. I'll have some listed down below, as well as some Stalogies to choose from. Okay, these two are probably the bullet journal notebooks that I have the most of on my shelf, and this is Scribbles That Matter and Archer and Olive. So these are actually two different versions. They may be from the same year. This is 2020. This is this is also 2020. Adventure, planned or not, hashtag COVID-19. So yeah, so this is also from 2020. This is the second half of 2020. So I actually used this for the first half and this for the second half. These are Scribbles That Matter are some of my favorite notebooks ever. They have a bunch of different options. They have the kind with this icon design on them. They have the kind that are just smooth. They have colors, a bunch of different colors to choose from. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them on the Scribbles That Matter website. Stock of these is all, like, the inventory available is always questionable. I don't understand why they don't have inventory always available, but it is always questionable. You have to check. But the same thing can be said of Archer and Olive. These are really hard to find on their website. They sell out so quickly. So it's kind of annoying. I am looking at a couple of new brands to me, and as I think about setting up my next bullet journal in the mid-year time frame, I'll hopefully be sharing something new with you. But these are great notebooks. They have, the dot grid pages and hold up really well to all kinds of, watercolor, paint, markers, stuff like that. And then finally, this is my reading journal that I'm currently using, and this was a really cool notebook off of another great find off Amazon. I absolutely loved this design. I thought this was so cute. But I have done a full flip through of this, so I won't do another full flip through of this. But this has got dot grid paper. It is, I want to say it's 120 GSM. I might be wrong about that, but it really holds up well to different pens and markers. I have not tried to paint in it, but I have really enjoyed using this for my reading journal. And this is a much bigger page. You can see here's the A5. So this is much bigger. This is a B5 size, which is more like a 7x9, and it gives you a much bigger canvas to work on. So those are just a few of my favorite notebooks. I would love to hear from you below. What notebooks do you love using for bullet journaling? The dot grid pages is kind of the thing to look for, but you could also use lined pages. You really could use anything you have just to get started, but these are some of my favorite notebooks. All right, next up I want to talk about pens, markers, pencils, all of the things that you write in the bullet journal with, because of the most important supplies, the main two you need is a notebook and a pen. So I'll start with pens. I have some favorites that I keep in this little mug here that I reach for over and over again and keep coming back to. So I'll share these. I think those are like my top favorites right here. This one was the top contender for a really, really, really long time. This is the Uni Jetstream Multi-Pen. This is in the yellow color, which is so cute for summer, but I have it in so many different colors. It comes in a lot of different colors. I have it in black, I have it in blue, white. I just have so many different versions of this. Here it is in white. This is a multi-pen, meaning it holds a pencil. So you've got a pencil with a little eraser back here. It has black, blue, green, and red ink. In some of these, I have, because I don't really use the other colored inks, I will replace all of the inks with black. So I just have, and sometimes I'll even do different sizes. So maybe 0.38 ink refill, 0.5 ink refill, 0.7 ink refill, 0.1. So I actually have different sizes. The refills are very easy to find on Amazon, so it's easy to keep them, filled and continue to use. This one I've probably had for 3 or 4 years now. I love these pens. These are wonderful. And if you are using any Hobonichi, like Hobonichi Weeks or Hobonichi Cousin, these pens write fantastically because they're ballpoint. They write fantastically on the Tomoe River paper. So these are definitely wonderful go-tos. This is another multi-pen option. This is a Pilot Friction, meaning it has erasable ink, but it also has the multi-pen and it's got a great clip on it. I love the pink. I love the see-through little head here that you can see when you pick a color, you can actually see what color it is. So this one is fantastic too. It does not have a pencil, but it's erasable ink, so that makes it very handy. All right, next up is these two I have been really loving, especially this one, and I've got this one in a couple of colors as well. This is another multi-pen option. This is the Dr. Grip, Pilot Dr. Grip 4-in-1. So it also has the eraser and pencil on it, which is so nice to have. If you're bullet journaling, you will find that you will need a pencil. I use these, and then I also have like a ton of these just really cheap Papermate Sharp Writer mechanical pencils. I have a ton of those. But this one is wonderful. It's also a multi-pen. I love the thick grip, and you'll see that kind of a theme of my favorite pens. I like the thick grip on pens for comfort because I'm writing a lot. So this one is great. And then these have been, I've been so addicted to these. And these are Pilot Dr. Grip gel pens, and they are not multi-pens, just single pens, but these are fantastic. I have these in multiple colors and absolutely love them, and keep buying refills for them. And you can find lots of different gel pen refills, so you can really tailor the refill to what you want. Okay, a couple of other options. I love the Friction pens. These are the ball knock. I love the Friction ball knock pens. These write really well. They're great to have when you're bullet journaling in case you need to change something in your calendar. They also come in a lot of colors. And then this is a Muji. I've loved Muji gel pens for so long. These are the 0.38, so they're very small. These are fantastic. I use these over and over again. You can see I have some other pens, but these are definitely my favorite. Like a runner-up might be these Uniball 1 pens, but I have not found them to be as reliable. Sometimes they skip and that kind of drives me crazy. So these aren't quite as reliable as these other ones that I have shared. Those are my favorite go-to pens. Now, for bullet journaling, the two sort of markery highlighter options that I use most frequently are Zebra mild liners and the Zig dot markers, and the knockoff version of the Zig dot markers, which are the Shuttle Art dot markers. These are really fantastic. I have a whole video where I compare these. I'll have that link down below. But dot markers I find to be extremely handy when I'm list making. I keep this near me all the time, and I'm constantly grabbing for a dot marker. And then the Zebra mild liners are just fantastic. There are two different versions of the mild liners. So you've got These are, for example, these are the same color. You've got the brush tip and then you've got the chisel tip. I have all the chisel tips because I bought those first. And then the brush tips came out and I love those as well. If you are into lettering, which I cannot do, the brush tips are a must-have. But I actually use the brush tips for making like wider highlights or borders, making titles, all kinds of things like that. So they come in a great color variety. You can do, you know, spring, winter, summer, all kinds of themes with these. And if you know, want to save money and not get a bunch of markers and a bunch of highlighters, these are a great basic option. They come in packs of 5. You can buy them in larger packs. So got a lot of options with zebra mild liners. I really love them and have loved them for years. And some of these I've had for years. They last a really long time. So those are kind of my go-to. I have a bunch of others that I also love. I love Tombos. I love Crayola markers. I love alcohol markers, things like that. But just for go-to supplies, I would say these two plus some pens that you love are probably your best bet to get started. Okay, let's talk washi tape. I have so much washi tape, I could not possibly fit it all in the screen. And this, I have washi tape, a whole drawer of washi tape just right over there. I have boxes of washi tape that are seasonal that I only bring out at certain times. I just have a ton of washi tape. I wanted to share kind of 2 options with you. One is this really great set of neutrals that I recently picked up from Amazon. So these neutrals came in a great little set off Amazon, which I will have linked down below. But look how wonderful those colors are. Just if you were looking for a neutral set, that would be perfect. I also got this sort of journaling, scrapbooky, you know, maps and little, you know, old style writing, this little set off Amazon. And then I wanted to share this with you too. I haven't actually used these yet, but this is a set of galaxy washi, galaxy themed washis in sort of the rainbow colors. How beautiful are these? They have gorgeous gold foiling and it comes all together in this one little set. I love these, and you can get these, you know, you can spend a lot of money on washi tapes. There are some stationery shops that sell washi tape at $5 a roll or $8 a roll. And they're lovely, and I have some because I have fallen down in that trap. However, you can also get washi like this for a lot less in great sets. And you know what? It's just washi tape. It just sticks on the paper. So, you know, to get started or to just start to build a collection, I would recommend start on Amazon and see what you can find there, and then collect as you want to the more expensive washis. So these are great options. I'll have these listed down below. You know, when I went to look for this, I just typed into Amazon galaxy themed washi tape and that came up. So maybe you want to do some spring themed washi tape. There's lots of options there too. So I'll have some of my favorites listed down below, but definitely check out Amazon for washi tape options. All right, next up I want to talk about absolutely one of my favorite supplies, and that is stamps. I discovered the power of stamping, especially these little wooden alphabet stamps, alpha and number stamps, because my handwriting is terrible. I cannot brush letter. It is not a skill set that I have. I can do a lot of things well. That is not one of them. And I just didn't like my handwriting, and it made my bullet journal setups look messy. Once I discovered the power of stamping, and the other thing that I really love is that you can use markers. This is a Tombow brush pen. You can use markers to actually color on the stamp and then stamp that way, or you can use like the traditional stamp pad. Once I discovered that, oh man, I have had so much fun using stamps and creating really custom, unique headers that look clean and neat. I got these big number stamps, which I use a lot when I'm numbering things. These are some larger rubber alpha stamps, a little bit bigger than this one. You can also use with like these silicone stamps. You want to get like a glass plate, so you put the stamp on there and then dip it in the ink and stamp. So These are such great supplies to have, and if you don't love your handwriting or you're not an expert at making beautiful, lettering, these might help you feel more confident about the spreads that you're setting up, and they will look more appealing to you. That's how, at least that's how it is for me. So these are a supply I would definitely recommend. All you really need to get started bullet journaling is a notebook and a pen. So if you're looking to get started with making your own planner out of a notebook, just grab what you have and get started. Play around and add supplies as you find you need them or you want them. Once you feel confident in how you want things to work in your planner. Don't make the mistake that so many people make, including myself, is to go off the deep end buying all the supplies and then get a little overwhelmed in actually how you want to use the notebook. Start with a notebook and a pen and then build the supplies as you need them. I hope you enjoyed seeing a few of my favorite supplies and kind of my go-tos. I would love to hear your ideas down in the comments below. What are your go-to supplies? What can you not live without? What would you recommend to others? Or do you have questions about supplies? Leave all of that down in the comments below and let's keep the conversation going. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to Planning Annie for more content like this, and as always, thanks for planning with me.